I can already tell this video is going to trigger a lot of people. Oh, I shouldn't have let that guy go. He had a Mustang shirt on. That's a no-no. He clearly is confused about his sexuality. I know you guys already know what I'm going to be talking about by the title, so brace yourselves. GTRs suck. I know a lot of the people on YouTube are it's a lot of the younger generation, and they see GTRs and they're like, oh my god, GTR. Well, I'm sorry to break news to you. GTRs aren't that cool. Before you guys get all butthurt though, let me explain myself a little bit. There's going to be a lot of people commenting about older generation GTRs, like R32s, R33s, that. Now, I'm not talking about them. I love the older GTRs. They're very badass, and I got no complaints against them. They're a lot more rare to see them than the R35s are. So I'm not talking about that kind of GTR. So let me get that straight. But real quick, I need to wash the bike before I continue this story, because this bike hasn't been washed since I bought it, and before I transport it home, I want to get it looking pretty good at least. So GTR will continue later. Here you go, this works. Thanks. Okay, so we're trying to get soap and no soap, so looks like we're just going to rinse it today. Now it's time to try this. Oh no! Oh no. The backpack got soaked, and that's got to go against my back. Should have seen that one coming, I guess. Damn! Actually, so this was in my last video. A fan sent me this, and I wanted to put this on my bike somewhere because I've always wanted some type of like keychain on my bike, just kind of as a good luck charm, I guess you could say. And he sent me something that was the colors of my bike, red and silver, which is awesome. So I'm gonna put this on my bike somewhere. There we go. Hell yeah! Doesn't get caught on anything. Awesome. Hell yeah, man. I really appreciate this. A shout out to you. Time to shit on the GTR now again. Oh, this could have been bad. I almost forgot my gloves hanging out. So back to the GTR discussion. One of the main things is, I understand it's their highest model. I understand that's their performance car. That's their the creme de la creme. But when you break it down, it's still a Nissan. Now I know a lot of you people out there probably own Nissans, and I'm sorry to break it to you, Nissans suck. They're just a terribly made car. They're really unreliable, and obviously there's going to be cases of people who get 200,000 miles out of them without a single problem, which I don't fucking believe it, but it's a Nissan, end of story. Nissans suck. I'm not a fan of them. I know a lot of other people who aren't fans of them. It's just the way it goes. It's a Nissan. There's not much more to say about it. But you know what the GTR is? It's a really similar story to the Hellcat. You know, the Hellcats came out and they made, I don't know what number they initially made, but then they continued production. And when they continued production, they made more and more and more, and then they started popping up everywhere. Like when you go to a car show and see a Hellcat, like, or even if you see one on the road, it's not that big of a deal anymore. It's a crazy car making 707 horsepower, but it's just not a cool, okay, it's okay, I take that back. It's still cool. It's just not a rare sighting anymore because you just see them all the time, you know? It gets kind of boring after a while. And that's exactly what happened with the GTR, in my opinion. The R35, at least. People became such fanboys for the car that they're everywhere. I guarantee 95% of the car shows you go to, unless they suck, like really suck, has a GTR there, or 10 GTRs, or 15 GTRs. Everybody and their brother has one. Now, don't get me wrong, they're still an expensive car. No, I can't afford one. That's not the point what I'm making. I'm making the point that there's so many of them nowadays. Everybody has them. And because of that, they lost their coolness, I guess, for lack of a better term. They're just not a rare car anymore. I see GTRs all the time around me, and they're always at car meets. Now, that doesn't take away from the performance aspect of them. They're still amazingly performing cars. They still make stupid horsepower if you allow them. And it's still cool to see all that horsepower coming from a 6-cylinder, right? And yes, I know the GTR just broke the half-mile record and the quarter-mile record, and it just broke into the 6s. And yes, I understand that. There are GTRs that are stupid fast. I get that, trust me. And yes, those GTRs are really cool, but I'm just saying GTRs in general, a little overrated, you know? Especially really in the YouTube community too. I feel like there's so many YouTubers out there that they make their YouTube money and then they say, okay, cool, well, I'm gonna go buy a cool car, and then they end up buying a GTR. And everyone who watches YouTube can attest. There's numerous big YouTubers out there that own GTRs, and I have nothing against those YouTubers or the car. I just think that the GTR sucks. You know, it's way too common nowadays. Too many people have them, and it takes away from how cool they are. If they limited production of them, if not everybody had them, it would make it a lot cooler, you know, seeing a twin-turbo 6-cylinder Nissan making stupid horsepower that can run some stupid numbers at the track. That'd be cool to see, you know, on the roads or car shows. That'd be awesome. But unfortunately, they're just not cool in my opinion. I know there's a huge fan base who loves them and like would suck fucking dicks and hairy assholes for them, and I know that, I understand that, but there's also a big group of people who feel like I do and think that they're just too common nowadays. There's nothing too cool about them, you know? The whole Godzilla people, you know, I don't know, it's just not my show, I guess you can say. I don't find them that cool. I used to find them real cool until I realized that, hey, everyone and their third removed cousin fucking brother has one, and I don't know, it's just not too cool in my opinion anymore, and that's why I think they suck. Don't get me wrong, there's GTRs that could fucking dick my bike. There's every GTR that could beat my car. I'm not saying that it's not a good performing car. I want to make that clear because I know people in the comments are going to be like, oh, well, GTRs can do this, and GTRs can do this, and oh my god, my cousin sticks his dick in an exhaust of a GTR, and oh, it's awesome. Oh, they're just going to go nuts about how awesome GTRs. And I get that. I get they're good performing cars. Any car that's too common and you see too often, I don't find it be cool. Like I was saying, it's the same thing with the Hellcat. You see them all the time, so the rarity aspect of the Hellcat sucks, you know? Okay, it's a Hellcat, big deal. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that it has 707 horsepower and is a fucking beast. Would I ever buy a GTR? Depends on the situation. I would only buy a GTR if I had stupid money. So like if I had tons and tons of money and I bought all the other cars I wanted to buy and I had an extra 100 grand laying around, I'd say, yeah, why not, you know? I'll add it to the collection. It's a fast car. Why not? But if I had 100 grand to spend, or some give or take in that area, depending if it's used, new, you guys know what I mean. No, it would not be my first car. It wouldn't be my second or third car either. There's plenty of other cars out there that are so much cooler than the GTR. I think the body style is getting old. I don't think the car looks really good, and they're just too common. Warning, warning, this is just my opinion. You guys are entitled to your opinion. You guys can keep loving the GTR as much as you want. I'm not saying you can't. You guys can do whatever the hell you want. And that's it. That's all it is my opinion. So there's no need to get upset about it. I'm just stating to you guys how I feel about GTRs because, I don't know, I was watching a video the other day and like people were freaking out over a GTR and it was just a stock GTR, nothing done to it, nothing. And I was like, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't turn me on, you know what I'm saying, guys? Plus, you can buy used GTRs for a fairly affordable price. And I'm not saying everyone can afford them, but they're fairly affordable, you know, compared to other cars out there. And for what you're getting for a twin turbo 6-cylinder that makes a ton of power, yeah, it's a good deal, you know. For the power you're getting, it's completely worth it. You know, you can get used GTRs out there for like 70 grand easy, and like moderately used GTRs. All I'm saying, guys, is for the people who love GTRs, remove those voluptuous cocks from your mouth. Just seriously, take a second to sit down and look at GTRs and ask yourself, are they really that cool? Besides the good performance from them, they're light, they're quick, I understand that. Oh, dude, oh, I thought he was gonna pull out, good boy. Like, they don't look that great. It's a Nissan, and you see them all over, you know, like, that's just, and now I'm starting to repeat myself just because I know this video is gonna cause a freaking uproar about GTRs because they have such a large fan base, and I understand why. For the people who love the old GTRs, hey, go for it, guys. I'm with you. The old GTRs are awesome. It's just the new ones, man. They're a dime a dozen nowadays. What I'm saying doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It's a video I'm putting on the internet, you know? Don't take it too much to heart. So now that I've sat here and torn little kids' dreams to pieces and shit on everything they've loved, I'm gonna go home, and I need to do a little bit of work for these finals coming up. So to everyone out there who now hates me for making this video, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'll see you in the next video. The next video I upload after this one, it should be a video in Pennsylvania, which is cool. Oh my god, I just had PTSD. If none of you guys know the story about me and school buses, go watch that video. Not good. Anyway, the next video will be in Pennsylvania, and it'll be a nice change of scenery for you guys. With that said, I'm out. I'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, in 10 states away, 16 hours away, in a whole new environment. If it's your first time stopping by, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Throw this video a thumbs up. Whether you hate GTRs or love GTRs, you know, throw it a thumbs up. It's just my opinion, guys. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.